Hi guys, my name's Alan, and I decided to try and shoot this video because when I've done some looking on the internet on V8 swaps and Rangers, you can find information but you can't really find videos. So my intent is to kind of try and document through video what I have done and am doing on my Ranger project, and hopefully it can help somebody else out doing theirs. My project is a 1994 Ranger two-wheel drive. Started life out as a 3.0 V6 with a 5-speed stick. I elected to keep it a 5-speed because I'm going to make it a daily driver. Although through some opportunities that came up, I was able to acquire some performance parts for the engine, which I'll show you the engine here in a minute. So it's not going to be a stock 302, although it is a stock bottom, Mustang bottom end. It's a roller block. The heads on it are the SVO X GT40X or whatever they call them, heads, aluminum heads. We did just a mild port job on them, just to clean them up, and 5-angle valve job. It's got an F303 cam in it, and it's a Wien dual plane intake. I'm going to be running a 650 Holly double pumper on it into some 1 7/8 headers. I have a real nice set of stainless Mustang headers I'm hoping will fit. If they don't, we're going to be going with some tri-wise from a 65 Mustang. And then I took a 5-speed out of a 2002 F-150, which is the same 5-speed basically that was in it, only the later models were heavier duty from everything I've been reading on the internet. So if you're going to get a 5-speed, M5OD, you want the R2 HD, which from what I'm told is the late model or later models, like 98 through 01, 02, 03 F-150s. They were behind the 4.2 6-cylinder, and it is the same bolt pattern as the 302 V8. So with that said, I can show you what else I've done on my Ranger. You can kind of see, I got to get behind here, but you can kind of see a little bit. Let me back the camera off some. So basically it's sitting on blocks right now. What I'm getting ready to do, you can also see my aluminum rims there. I just took a scuff pad on a die grinder, scuffed all the clear coat off, scuffed them up to a flat black with a mate clear coat on them. I'm going to do that for all four. They're a Mastercraft Avenger tire. Then the engine bay, I don't know if you can kind of, let's try to see if I can get it where we can see better here. Stainless steel brakes, stainless steel tubes. Provided the tube kit for the front because the lines, they weren't blowing through yet, but they were rusty, so it's a good time to replace them. And they were already form fitted with all the correct ends on them. I just had to straighten one of them, sorry about that, as it came out of the box, and it was this long one here, and then they just screwed in, tightened up, screwed in. So you get the crossover line, you get the two lines that go out of the master cylinder, the one that goes down to the left side, and then the one that goes down to the pressure diverter going to the rear. And then I made the line that goes from the rear or to the rear using NiCad brake line. It's supposed to be rust resistant, very easy to work with. I highly recommend it. You can get that at any auto parts store, I'm sure online. Let's see, I'm going to be running a MSD6 ignition on it with a Blaster 2 coil, I do believe. What I have yet to do here is I'm going to modify the heater box, make a little more room, and I still have to fold the flange down there in the tunnel over to make a little more clearance while we're here. I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm going to do it just because I've read on the internet. I'll update you after I get the new transmission in. I'll give you an update, was it necessary or not. I also did kind of sandblasted the frame down and then used a undercoating paint on it. Kind of did that everywhere. This already had newer tie rod ends on it, and ball joints, so I did not replace those. I'm trying to retain the air conditioning, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. We'll be installing a new compressor. While I had everything tore down, I went ahead and installed a new heater core. Since on the 94s it's super easy to replace them. There's other videos on the internet that'll show you how to do that, but it is uber easy to replace a heater core on these 94s. I went ahead, while I had everything tore apart, I installed all new brakes, rotors, wheel bearings, calipers, you name it. Anything to do with the brake system, it is all brand new. I grabbed a parts truck. It was a 2000 Ranger that I was hoping to utilize, but it ended up being in far worse shape than this one was. But it had a 8.8 in it, so I went ahead and used that with 410 gears. I found on eBay a OEM posi for it that was refurbed for far less than I could buy an aftermarket one, so that's the route I went. Keeping the 28 spline axles. New KYB shocks all the way around from Rock Auto. One of them came as white. Don't really like that, but it is what it is. New leaf springs in the back, because I found out this one was cracked right up under here on the eye. Right there on the eye area. I found that out when I tried to take the bolt off, because this bracket here needed to be replaced. So we just went ahead and put all new leaf springs on it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. The 2000 Ranger did have an anti-sway bar in the back, so I went ahead and installed it on this one. Holes were already there, so I just had to buy the sway bar link kit and it was good to go. As you can see, all new brake lines in the back. There's that NiCad brake line that I installed. It's a nickel copper mix. Really good stuff. I've used it before. Highly recommended. Then on the inside, I'm going to retain the stock dash. Couldn't resist adding a auto gauge tack with a shift light. The carpeting was kind of in pretty rough shape when I took the seats out, but luckily a friend of mine had a nice little portable carpet cleaner, and it did a bang up job on this. The seats I took out of that 2000 Ranger. They were in better shape than what was in this 94 earlier, so I went ahead and used them. So that's kind of it right now. I'm getting ready. I'm going to install a Boss stereo that I got from AutoZone. Cheapo radio, but it'll be better than the AM/FM cassette that was in this 94. It also, the parts truck I had, somebody had installed aftermarket Pioneer speakers. So what the heck, I went ahead and popped them in here too. That's kind of where I'm at. I'll update you again whenever I start working on the heat box and the lip.